Hi, in this video, we're going to create a website that looks like this using HTML5 and CSS3. And after finishing or developing this website, we'll upload it on a free web hosting site such as 000 Web Host. So let's get started. So what we have here is an IDE. On my case, I'm using VS Code. So you can also use whatever IDE or text editor that you have on your computer. To start, let's create new files. So for this one, let's save it as index.html. So this will serve as the landing page, okay, for our web application or website. And then the other file, let's save it as a CSS file. Okay, so let's create a folder here and name it as CSS. So if you observe here, I've already created a folder on my desktop named webdev, and then inside that folder I've already have images, which is I've already saved my picture and logo for this purpose. And then earlier we just created CSS, and inside that folder we're going to save this file as styles.css. So all the styles, okay, the style sheet, external style sheet, we're going to save them inside this file. And let's check this website. So we have here, as you can see, we have a footer around here. So we can create a separate file for that. Just in case if you have multiple pages, you can just link that footer.css, okay, so that you can apply it in every web pages that you want to be applied with a footer. So let's save this one as inside also the CSS folder as footer.css. Okay, so we have now these three files: index.html, styles.css, and footer.css. Now I want to start with the index, okay, or with our HTML document. The good thing about the IDE is that it can guide you, okay, when we create our websites, just like this one. Just typing a single exclamation symbol. There is a tooltip here or guide. Okay, if you're going to use 3 exclamation mark, it will give you the doc type, which indicates that your document is an HTML5 document. So let's use this one, and then let's change the title. For example, Kelios TV. Okay. So let's start first with the with the nav bar. Okay, the navigation bar here. This one. So if you observe, if you're going to check, we have here a link. So how can we tell that this is a link? Because the mouse cursor is changing when you hover your mouse here from an arrow. It will change into a small hand icon. Same with the search and the sign up. So if you observe here, the sign up and search, there is an animation or style when you hover your mouse. The background color, change from yellow to black. So we're going to do that as well later on. So let's start with the navigation bar. So we will use div. Okay, this is the div element, which it means we'll create a space here for our nav bar. And then let's create a link. So for the 3 buttons there, we have href, the anchor tag, and then href, or the link, where we want to redirect our user when they click that hyperlink or button. So for the meantime, let's just use the hash symbol. Then let's type it here, Kelios TV. So this is just for the home page. Okay. So let's save it. Now when the running, or checking your HTML, just double click it. Then as you can see here, we have now Kelios TV. So when you click it, there's the hash symbol home. Okay. So next, let's have the ahref. Okay. the sign up, and then let's put here the sign up text or label, and then href again for the search, and then let's put it here as search. So let's save it, and then let's check our output. So we have Kelios TV, sign up, and search. So we have here, no, they just change position from search to sign up. So you can change that as well if you want to. Just move the first line, no, there, and then we have now search here, and then sign up on the right side. So next part is we're going to add some comments. So you can say that this is the first part, then this is another part of the web page, then this is another part, this thumbnails or embedded video from YouTube, and then the footer. So basically, if you're going to check, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, we have 5 different parts of this web page. So you can put here a comment and just type part 1, no, the navigation bar or menu or whatever you want to include there. Now let's include here the part 2, which is now the your, let's say, banner or hero image and so on and so forth. So let's create another div. So this is another div, this entire part here or space, and then another div for the for my name here. So let's put an h2, my heading 2, Kelios 2, okay, or Kelios Flores. Okay, let's save it, and then let's have another div for the icon here or button, that when you hover it will the length, no, of the of that image or object, no, goes larger. So div, and then that's a button on click. So let's put some event. Once you click that, it will redirect the user, no, wherever you want them to be redirected. So you just need to include there the link of your, let's say, Facebook account or YouTube channel, right? And then type, which is button, right? And then what is the label? YouTube channel. So when you save it, we have now this button just like this one. So the difference is, okay, this one is very appealing to our eyes because it was already applied with CSS. So this time this is just the plain HTML document, whereas when you remove the CSS file here, okay, this web page here will look like this one. So later on will also arrive, no, with or result into this output when we applied CSS to our HTML document. So we have the YouTube channel button here, and then it's very important that you check the opening tag of div and closing tag. So it's you need to be careful, no, when closing those tags. So we're done with the part 3. So the question now is, so where is the image? So later on we will include the image on our CSS document. And then let's create for the third part, which is the we can put here the let's say an animation for the Kelios TV YouTube here. Okay. So to do that, again, we need to include another div here, and then let's create a heading one, no. So the difference between h1 and h2, h1 is bigger, no, compared to h2. Now we have Kelios TV, and then pipeline, YouTube. So we have now this one. Okay. And then next, that's the end of our part 3. Then let's create a BR. So when we type BR, it means we break one line so that it will move to the bottom part of this div. No? So we're going now to include the embedded videos here. So to do that, let's just create first here the part 4. These are the embedded videos. And then next, we'll now create sections per video. So for section, no, let's later on we will create class for them one by one. So inside the first section, we need to create a div, and then inside that div, we're going now to embed a video. So how to do that? So you can go to youtube.com, and then let's say I'm going to go to my channel. So let me just switch my account. Okay, view all channels. Oops. Okay, let's try to search for my YouTube channel. Okay, so we have here videos. Example for the TESDA, Computer System Servicing NC2. Okay, what we're going to do here is you just need to click the search button here, and then look for embed. Then just click copy, or you can just simply select all the text here and then just copy it, and let's go back to our IDE or VS Code and paste the code inside the div. And then let's change the width into 100% and 200px. So let's save it. Then let's try the output. So we have now the embedded video, okay, attached to our web page. So if you're not if you're going to use the default size, no, so we have this size of the width, which is 560 and then 315px. So what we want here is we want to occupy the entire width of the window, just like this one. That's why we use 100%, no, and then we adjusted the height into 200px. And then let's create another div here for our text. Let's say TESDA NC2 Computer System Servicing Tutorial. Okay, so we have now this one. So this is just also a div, no, inside a div. So we have nested divs, you can see right now. Next part is same section. Okay, so we will create now download another video or include another video. So with here you can just simply copy this entire code and then paste it here. Then let's look for another video on my channel. Let's say this time the okay, so if you want as well to look for different free web hosting site, I have also a video which is I demonstrated there on how to upload your website using Infinity Free. Okay, so let's just paste the code here and then change the width again from the default to 100% and the height to 200px so that we have a uniform size of our embedded video. So let's copy the code once again and paste it here, and then let's look for another video. So I'm going to use now how to reformat a computer. So let's share it, embed, then copy the code, go back to your IDE, and then paste it here. Okay, so this one, how to reformat a computer. And then this one, this is the free web hosting using Infinity Free. Okay, so let's save it. Then let's check the output. So we have now different videos, but look at this. Look at our third video. The size is not same as the two video, no, because we did not change the width and height yet. So let's change it into 100% and 200px. Okay, so we're done with the first section. Now let's use again BR or the break tag, and then let's copy again the same section here, the entire section. Then let's just look for other videos that we can embed. So let's say how to set up OBS. Let's share it, embed, copy the code, then paste it here. Then just change the title again or the caption. OBS tutorial. Okay. Then let's go back. Next is let's share, embed. So this is the video about Ready Boost. And then lastly, last video. Okay, let's download the VLC hack. So share, embed, then copy. So let's paste it here, and then let's type on our caption VLC hack. Hey, so let's check the output now. So we have 6 videos already. Okay, so video unavailable, probably playback on other website has been disabled by the video owner. Okay, so the playback was disabled. Okay, let's change the video. Okay, let's have Cisco VLSM. Let's share it, copy. Then let's change the caption from VLC hack to Cisco VLSM. Let's try to refresh it. So okay, again the let's fix that later. Let's just change the sizes of our videos from the default width and height into 100% to 200px. Okay, so we have 6 videos already. Now the next part is the part 5, which is for the so this is the part 4 for the embedded videos. Now let's go with the part 5 for the footer. It's very important that when you create a let's create a BR here, and then another BR, and then another BR, that you need to identify the parts of your website, no? So let's now create a footer for this one. So footer, and then let's remove the incorrect closing tag. Then for the footer, let's create a div, and then another div. Okay, and then let's include now an image. So we can center here an image, no? img source is equals to, we have now images. So the good thing about VS Code is that it will give you the directories or subdirectories, no, where you are currently working on your folder or program. So we have here my or Kelia's logo, that PNG for the logo as the footer. And then let's put alt, okay, logo. And then let's try to refresh. So we have now the logo here. So basically, the size is the default size of the logo, but we can change that later on our CSS or using the inline in the programs here. Next, if you notice here, we have different icons. These are not images or icons, but these are coming from the Font Awesome. So we can use or link the Font Awesome link. No. So to do that, you can just simply go to Google or just type Font Awesome on your address bar, and then look for Font Awesome. Then you need to register here, to get the CSS link or code for you to use the Font Awesome. So you need to register. Then the Font Awesome will send you the kit code. Okay. Now we have the Font Awesome 4 and Font Awesome 5, which is the latest version. Now we have the Font Awesome 6, which is under beta version. So let me get my Font Awesome link, okay, so that we can link to our Font Awesome CSS. So let's go to our IDE. Then let's go here with our head. So we'll just simply link now the Font Awesome code or toolkit, to our HTML document. Okay, so you can register to Font Awesome. Now let's try some of the Font Awesome, so that let's check what Font Awesome can offer us. So let's include the social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and then LinkedIn. So it's very simple, no? You just need to go to Font Awesome website and then search for an icon. Let's say Facebook. And then yeah, you can see here Facebook Messenger or just the plain Facebook icon, and then just click it. And then Font Awesome will give you the HTML code here, which currently under I class, fab fa Facebook. So you can use that. Let's try that one. You can just simply copy the code, and then let's place it to our footer. Let's include first here another div. So let's create a separate div for our social media links or accounts. Then let's type it here ahref, and then this one, and then let's just paste the font, that we've downloaded or copied from Font Awesome. Now when you refresh our page, you can see now the Facebook icon here, the letter F. So when you click it, it will redirect you. You just put here on the href the icon or the address of the Facebook account or your Facebook account. So that's how easy we can use Font Awesome. So let's say we want to use Twitter icon. Let's search for Twitter. Okay, so just copy again the code, and then type again ahref, then close and paste the copied code from Font Awesome. Okay, so let's save now and then refresh our page. You have seen now here Facebook and then Twitter. So next, let's have let's say YouTube. Okay, so since I'm not using Instagram and even Twitter, I'm not using Twitter. Okay, so let's just include here YouTube. Then refresh it. So we have now three different social media icons here: Facebook, Twitter, and then the YouTube. So for the Kelios TV, we have as well icons here and even search and sign up. So since we already link our HTML document to fontawesome, we can now include icons to our navbar as well. No. So for example, you want to use the same Facebook link for your home link here. So same thing with what we did earlier. You can just paste the code here and then include the Kelios TV here. Then let's save. We have now the Facebook sorry, YouTube icon here, no, besides the Kelios TV homepage. So let's look for search icon, which is basically a magnifying glass. So you can use this one, copy, and then let's include it here. So we have now Kelios TV search, and then let's look for sign up. Okay, so sign in or sign up, user plus. So let's try to use user plus instead of that arrow. No. So copy, and then let's go back to our editor and then paste it here. So we have now sign up, search, and then Kelios TV. Okay. So next, for the footer, okay, I think we're done with the footer now. So let's try to style our CSS. So to do that, before we go to the styling, uh we need to include some class and IDs for our tags, such as the div and then the header, okay, the section. So that we just call the class, no? Because if you're not going to use class or ID, it means the style that we're going to apply would be applied to all div. So we don't want to we don't want that to happen. That's why we need to uh, declare class names and IDs for our div. No. So for the part 1, for the nav bar, you can just simply type class is equals to top nav. So shortcut for top navigator. And then let's create another ID, which is for my top nav. Okay. And then for the href as well, we can also include a class here. Let's say active. No. And then for this one, for search, you can just type here a regular class. So it means whatever class or whatever style that you applied with search, it would be also applied to sign up, because they share the same class name, which is reg. Okay. And then for the part 2, for the banner, let's try making it div class and then hero image. So that's our image later on, no? And then for the second div, let's make it class hero text, because of the Kelios text here. So we did not include yet an image, no, for our background, but later on we'll add a background for that. And then for the social media, which is the button earlier, we can include it a class here, social media. So you can use any class names that you like, but again, you need to be careful with the rules in naming class names. And then next, let's include as well, no, an icon of YouTube here, same as this one, to our Chaos TV here. So when I refresh it, maybe you're wondering, there's no style yet applied to our index.html because we did not yet type anything to in our style.css and footer.css. So let's add first here a an icon to our YouTube channel. So probably after the button, we can include the YouTube icon. Where is the YouTube icon? So we have here the YouTube icon, then paste it here. So save, and then let's refresh. So we have now the YouTube icon inside the YouTube channel button. Okay. So next, let's go with our part 3. We're done including class names with our part 1 and part 2. Let's move to our part 3. Let's let's name it as text container, because we have only one element here, which is the text. And then let's include data text here, which we're going to use later on, no, for footing animation. So Kelios TV pipeline, oops, sorry, okay, pipeline, and then YouTube. Okay, so you want to span the Kelios TV text. Okay, so now let's go with part 4. Let's say for section, we we include or insert a class name here, which is columns. And then same as with div. Let's just copy this one. And then for the text, you can just simply include a class name here, video text, okay, or video caption. Okay, so column. Then let's just copy this one and paste it on the second column here. And then let's include as well here a class, no, video text. Hey, so I can just simply copy this one, paste it here, copy this one, and paste it as well here. So let's paste first the column for the div, and then the class for the video text. Okay, and then for the section, you have now columns. Okay, so next is for the footer. We can also include here, let's say ID. So footer section. Then let's include an inline style sheet. Let's say let's put a background color black. So let's try to refresh. So if you observe, no, we just included the background color for the footer. So that's the function of div. Okay, it will not affect the entire web page. Instead, the div or the footer or the section where you just include the background color black on our example here. So next, we have class footer container, and then let's also include an inline CSS here, which is background color black. Then let's save it. So we have the footer container, as you can see there. And then for the last div, let's make it class, let's say left col. So for left column. Okay. Then for the logo or for the image, we can also include class as well. Probably we might as well include a CSS style, no, for our logo. So for example, you want to include some copyright text or all rights reserved at the bottom part of the the social media icons. So we can include here center, and then H4. Let's say apply an inline CSS, which is color. Okay, let's say gold, and then what is the text of our H4? Let's input ampersand hash symbol 169 for copyright. That is the ASCII code of copyright web dev. And then Kelios TV. So let's save it. Then we have now here, oops, ampersand. Okay, not dollar symbol. So we have now copyright here. Okay. So I think gold is not that good combination with black. So let's change it into orange. Okay. So that's better. Okay. So next, let's try to start coding our CSS to include or to put some light or life to our HTML document. So I will start with top knob bar or top knob. If you still remember, we've declared a class on our part 1 top knob. So to call the class, you need to use dot. For ID, we need to use the hash symbol. Okay. So since it's a class, so we'll use top knob. Okay. And then let's change the background color of our knob bar. So from the plain white, we want to use a orange like color, let's say FFAF33. Okay. And then let's try first this one. Okay. So now we already applied background color. So why is it the style is not yet applied to our HTML document? It's because we forgot to link our external CSS to our HTML file. Okay, so you always check if you link all the style sheet to our HTML document. So to do that, we need to include an external CSS by typing link relationship, or the relationship which is style sheet, and then href, which is now CSS, okay, styles.css. So just simply close it. Then let's add another link, since we're already here on this part, style sheet, and then href CSS footer. So this time for the footer. Always remember, you need to include the style sheets or external CSS inside the head element. So let's refresh it. So we applied here the orange like background color for our top nav bar, no, or navigation bar. So let's continue with our style sheet. So let's type overflow, then hidden. Okay, and then let's include another style here. That top knob A, which is the hyperlink or the A tag. So we'll now float them, no, to left. So as you can see now, the design of the style or the position of these links will change from this part going to that part, or the left side of our website or web page. And then display black, and then next we need to change the color as well. Oops. Okay, into, let's say, D4. Okay, and then text align. So from default we change it into center, and then let's include some padding, which is 14px or pixels to 16 and 16px. So this is a shorthand method for padding. It means that the top and bottom padding is 14px, and then the right and left padding is 16px. Then let's try to apply some font family. We're going to use Verdana for this one. And then text decoration, we want to remove the underline of the hyperlink, so make it as none. And then the font size, let's change as well the size of the font into 17px. So let's try that. We have now the Kelios TV search, and then we have the sign up. Okay, so next, so if you still remember, we have changed or declared class reg to search and sign up. So this style is applicable to all hyperlink inside the top knob, which is it includes the FA YouTube. So this time we want to apply some styles just for search and sign up. So to do that, you can use that top knob again, and then hyperlink or the a tag dot, okay, reg. So it means it will just call the reg class here. Okay, then let's do the properties float into right. So it means only sign up and search will float to the right side of our HTML document. Okay, and then let's change again the display black. Then let's change the color into white, and then let's change the text alignment again into center. Now if you observe, we already did that to our tab, so we can just simply no remove those properties to our CSS, since it's already included on our tab knob A on this one. Okay, and then lastly, let's change the margin top, only on the top margin of the search and sign up. So there you go, we have now sign up and then search. So I think we need as well to change the color of this one from grayish to, let's say, red. So we have Kelios TV, and then this one sign up and search. Okay. So next, we're done with the nav bar. So what else? When we hover, so you want as well to change the hover here. So let's do that. Top knob a.reg, and then colon hover. Then let's change the background color whenever we hover our mouse to our top knob. Let's say just like on our example, black. And then color, the font color of the text will also change. No. So you have now, there we go. So the background color of the nav bar changed to black whenever every time we hover the mouse, and together with the color or the font color of our text. Okay. So let's as well change the top knob active if ever we have an active link here. So color white, and then font weight, let's say make it bold, and then font size, let's make it let's include calc. So yeah, let's use the function calc here, 15px plus 1 vertical width. So it means it will adjust based on the width of our nav bar here. Okay, and then we can also change the icon. So that top knob, okay, that icon, then display none. Okay, so we're done with our part 1. So it means you can just simply include a comment here. Okay, part 1 on navigate or nav bar style. Okay, so now let's move with part 2, which is the body of the HTML. So part 2 body, which we have the hero image, right? So let's try modifying first our body of the HTML. Let's make the height 100%, and then margin, which is 0. Then the padding as well, let's make it 0. And then let's change the background into black. Oops. Background color, or just simply background, let's change into black. And then background size will cover the entire page. And then the font family, for the body, let's try using Open Sans. Open Sans Serif. Okay. So let's save it, then let's check the output. So we have now a black background for our entire HTML body. Okay, and then let's include an image to our hero image. So if you still remember, we declared a class to our div under part 2, an image which is hero image. And then let's change the background here. Let's just use a shorthand property. Okay, let's apply linear gradient, which is we'll be using RGBA, the red, green, blue, and alpha property, 0, 0, 0. And then we'll change the alpha property into 0.5. Then RGBA, which is 0, 0, 0, 0.5 as well. And then let's include an image by typing URL. So you can just include here that images, and then include the name of the image. So this time it's my pick. Okay, so let's try to save it. Then let's check if the image is applied to our HTML. So as you can see, there's an image already here on our div. Now we just need to move the other part of the divs. So let's finish this one. The height is 60px, or 60% of the entire div. And then background position, let's change it into center. And then background repeat, we don't want to repeat the image, so let's just make it no repeat here. And then the background size will cover the entire div as well. And then position, let's make it a relative. Oops. And then lastly, let's put some transition on the height of our hero image, which is 2 seconds. So let's refresh it. So we have now the image here. So looking good. Okay. Now let's put some hover. When we hover our image, it will move. No, that's the transition. So to do that, you can just simply type that hero image, and then again colon, and then hover, which is height from 60%. It will become 80%. So when we refresh it, so when you hover the mouse, it will enlarge from 60% to 80%, which is the transition will took 2 seconds. That is the function of the transition height, 2 seconds here. So let's include now some style with our hero text. No. So to do that hero text, and then let's include text align, and then center, and then position, let's make it absolute, and then top is 50%, so it means 50% here. So from the top it will move 50%. Now left, then this is 50%, so from left it will move going to the center. No. And then let's make a transform with our text. No, we translate it into negative 50% to negative 50%. So this is counterclockwise because of the negative value. Then let's change the font family. Okay. to, let's say, Monsert. See what we've used there is Montserrat. Okay, and then comma, we have the Arial and sans serif. And then the font size, let's make it a little bit bigger. Use 20px plus 1 vertical or 1 VW. And then font weight, let's change that into 700. And then color, which is we want to be make it uniform, same as with the other element, such as the navbar earlier. FFAF33. And then text shadow, we want to apply some text shadow. These are animation, which are the features of CSS3. So 0.15 em. Then the shadow is, let's say, white or grayish. And then user selection or select. Okay, let's make none. And then white space, let's say now wrap. Oops. And then filter, let's make it blur. No, then the value is 007 em. And then animation, okay, let's create an animation name, which is you can have it here, Kelia shake, okay, or Q shake, and then 5 seconds linear, oops, and then forwards, then animation rotation or iteration count, which is infinite. Okay, so let's try that. So we have now the Kelios. As you can see, no, there is an animation going on behind the Kelios Flores. We applied some shadow. Okay, then let's apply as well CSS style with our YouTube channel button there. So let's try to do that. Hero text button. Since we only have one button there. Okay, border, let's remove the border. And then let's apply outline 0. And then let's change the width into 50%. And then the display infinite block or inline block, sorry. And then the padding, let's apply some padding, which is 10px by 25px. And then let's change the color into black. Background color, okay, so it's FFFAFF3. And then text align, let's align it as well as center. And then cursor, pointer. And then transition property, let's change that into background color. Oops. And then the transition width, so this time it's width, no, instead of going upwards and downwards, it will transition, or the animation will move from left to right, or left to right, yes. Okay, so transition, and then we have width 2 seconds, and then transition duration 2 seconds. Then font size, let's make it large. So let's try to save it. Okay, so hero text, let's check why is it not applied. You have hero text here, the button. Okay, so let's finish again. Let's apply some style here. When we hover the mouse button, hover, and then background color, and then the color is white, and then width is 100%. So let's check if there's something wrong here. Hero text border, let's go to index. We have the div class, no, hero text. Okay, so let's check what is there's something wrong with our div here, because the YouTube channel is not moving, no, according to, oh, I see now the problem, because the div, so I mentioned earlier that you need to be careful with the div because it will be only applied here, not with the button. So we want to move the div here, and then let's try to refresh. So we have now the YouTube channel here. Okay, so just like this one. So you can change the width or the height or even the color of the YouTube channel, no? So let's later on fix that. So next, we want now to change the text of these. Where are the video text? So it's not readable because the font color is black and we have the background color black. That's why we need to include some style as well on those video text. So to do that, we need to type here div.video text. Okay, so make sure you have the correct spelling of the video text. Okay, and then let's apply text align, which is center, and then position, which is relative. Oops. And then we have the font family. Let's use as well the first one that we've used earlier, the Montserrat. Okay, so there you go, Montserrat. So let's check. Probably that's why the font is ayan. So we have now the Montserrat font. And then let's type here font size calc, let's make 20px plus 1vw, and then font weight 700, and then let's type or the color again, which is FFA F33. Then let's apply text shadow as well, which is 0.15 em, and then this time it's red, no, 0943, or reddish like color. User select none, and then white space now wrap, and then filter, let's make it blur as well. Okay, 0.007 em. And then animation can have shake 5s. So where's that? We have here Q shake. So we don't want the animation applied to our Q shake applied as well on the video text. So we will declare a name for this animation. Let's say shake na lang. 5s, then linear forwards. And then animation iteration count, which is infinite. Then next is you need to apply the border 0.5px, a solid border which is orange like color 6-7, and then margin top, which is 5px. Now it's important that you need to apply as well the WebKit shadow in support with the other browser, because sometimes probably the back shadow, no, probably the animation that you applied will not work with other browser because it doesn't support those CSS3 animation. So you need to apply the the WebKit. This is for support. This is for support with Google Chrome and Safari. Then let's have copy paste. We have now, so there's an error here. Also define the start property, the back shadow. So we can just include here back shadow before applying the WebKit. Then let's apply the same values to that property. Okay, so we already have support with Google Chrome and Safari. Now let's have a support with Mozilla. And then if you want as well for Opera Mini. Oops. Okay, so let's change the values here. Okay, so let's try to refresh now. So we already applied some design or style with our captions or hero text. So let's move forward with the div text container. Okay, so we have here the div text container where is that class? So this one, okay, the Kelios DB. So we can apply also an animation here. So let's try to do that. Let's go to styles and then just type in div.text container and then display flex and then justify content. Let's make it center and then align items center as well. Align item center and then overflow hidden. Okay, so let's apply some style as well with our H1 text align, oops, center, and then let's have position relative and then font family. Let's apply the same font with the other text. And then font size, let's make it calc 20px plus 5bw. Okay, so oops, let's have the font weight, which is 700. Then color, and then letter spacing, let's apply 0.04 em. Then text transform, a uppercase, let's make the text uppercase, and then text shadow 0. Okay, and then the user select, and then white space, non-wrap, then filter again with blur 0.007 em. Then animation, let's name it as shake as well, 2.5 seconds, linear forwards. Then animation duration or iteration count, which is infinite. Okay, so let's refresh. So we have now the Kelios DB here, no, applied with style. Hi, then let's apply some event with our H1. First with the span Position, let's make it absolute, and then the top is 0, then left is 0. Let's apply some transformation here. Transform, translate negative 50%, same as the first text earlier. And then let's apply some clip path. Okay, clip path, polygon, and then 10%, 0%. So you can play with the values of the clip path when you try this one. Since I'm using Google Chrome, I will include a WebKit support, browser support here. Okay. So we have now this one. Okay. So let's finish first, no, before and after for the animation effect of the clip path or the heading one. So before and H1 after. So content, let's make an attribute, and then data dash text, which is the value that we included earlier with the span here. Oops, this one, data text Kelios TV. Okay, and then position, it's absolute, and then top 0, then left is 0 as well. So let's save it. Okay, so as you can see, there's a value for before and after here. So we need to apply an event with before only. Okay, so animation, let's apply some animation here. Let's say crack 1, 2.5 seconds, linear, and then forwards. So let's apply as well clip path, polygon, 0%, 0%, 10%, 0%, then 55%, 100%, 0%, 100%. Okay, and then let's just copy this one and include WebKit browser support. Then you can just simply, copy the code here and then change before into after. Then let's just change the value of the polygon into 44% to 0%. Then from 10% it's 100. Okay, from 55 to 100. Okay, and then from 100 to 70 here. So we can now just copy this one, the entire polygon value, then paste it here. So now let's apply some animation. Before that, let's check. So this is the output without the keyframes. So let's now apply some animations here by using the keyframes. Okay, we have a shake. So where did we get that shake? We have an animation named shake here. So this is the value for the keyframes of the shake. 5%. What will happen after 5%, 15%, 25%, 35%, 55%, 65%, 75%, okay, and then 95%. So it will have filter, blur, and then 0.018 EM. So we have an initial value of the blur, right? The filter blur here, which is 007, and then it will make it 0.0118. Then let's transform it. Translate y, not the y and x, only y, 0.0118 or 8m, and then let's rotate it to 0 degrees. So we have now the keyframe shake. So it's shaking. As you can see, the Kelios TV is shaking there. So for 2.5 seconds. So if you want to make the animation faster, just change this one from 2 seconds. Make it 1 second. So observe the shaking. It's now go faster. Okay. So let's fix first. Then that's for the 5%. Okay, let's make it 10%, 30% now. 10%, 30%, 40%, 50%, then 70%, 80%, then 90. Okay, then we also have filter blur and then transform. Just change the value from 0.0118, say make it 0.01, and then let's make this one negative, and then rotate 0 degrees as well. No. So next we have now for 20% and 60%. So it means 20% of 1 second or 60% of 2 seconds. So that's what how we compute the values of this one. And then let's paste the blur, which is 0.03 this time. And then let's change the negative value for translate. So this time you want to translate it from y to x, and then negative, then positive 0.018 em, and then we also rotate it with 0 degrees. Then let's apply the same value with 45 to 85 seconds or percent. And then the blur now is it's slowly going back to its original value. Then let's translate it to 0, and then rotate with let's say negative 0.05 counterclockwise degrees. Okay, negative 0.5 degrees. Then for so for this the 100%, sorry. Then let's make the 45% and 85%. Okay, so let's copy the blur property here. Then let's change it into positive 18. Then this one is the negative 1. Then rotate 0. So let's check the animation. So we have now the animation. No, it's moving the Kelios DB, but we have some problems here regarding on the polygon value. So let's check those polygon value here. So we have 44, 0, A. Then we have 0, 0, 10, 0, 55, 100. Okay, 0, 100. Then we have here the 10, 0, A, 44, 0, 70, 100, and then 55, 100. So that's the clip path, no, of our polygon earlier. Okay, so let's check 100 or 10, 0, 10, 55, 100, 0, 100. So we have the same value. Okay, so let's check, or let's proceed first with our another keyframe, which is the hero shake or the Q shake. This one. Okay. So add keyframes and then Q shake. So for 5%, same animation here. We'll just remove the transform. Let's just make it blur. And then for 1030, same as this one. Okay. We don't want to make a transformation here. We just need to change the blur property or filter, no, our text here. So it's 1, and then for 2060, okay, so it's 0.303. let's remove this one. Then for 45 and 100, you have the same blur property or value. Let's just remove the transform. So let's save it. So we have now, so observe the Kelias Flores is also moving. Okay, as you can see there. So if you don't want to add the clip path, if you want to check the entire value, you can just change the polygon value here later on. No? And then next, we have the crack. So we have crack 1 here. Okay, you have the crack value for our animation. So for the after, let's change this one into crack 2. So let's include first for the crack 1 animation for our crack 1. No? So keyframes crack 1, and then let's make 0% to 95%. Let's transform the text to translate. Okay, negative 50% to negative 50%. Okay, then when it's 100%, it will go back to transform. I translate 51% or negative 51% and negative 48%. So let's check. So we have now the first crack here. Okay, so you can see it's cracking there. It's moving because of the animation. Let's copy this one and change this into 2. So that's the before and after, no, of our animation. So translate. Then let's make this one 49, and then this one as 53. Let's say 53. So we have now Kelias TV, no, a crack effect of our hero text. Hi. So later on we'll fix more of this one, because after cracking, no, it's not going back to its original state. So probably there's something wrong with our animation there. So let's check now for the part 4. No, let's put some animation as well on our videos here. Okay. So for the columns, we have display. We'll flex it, and then flex flow. Okay, row, wrap, and then justify content, center. And then lastly, we'll apply some margin, which is 5px, 5px. So if you still remember the columns, that is the section. No, without the s, the column, these are the div, not the section. So this is just the div. Then let's say flex 1, and then border 0.5, solid, and then F3 B67. Then let's apply as well a margin for both sides, 5px, and then padding for both sides is 10px. Then let's make the height auto. Then let's apply some back shadow with our columns. So back shadow 3px, 5px, 5px. Then the color is this one. And let's just copy this one to support the the Chrome browser. Let's include some WebKit. And oops. Okay. Then let's apply that column. iframe when we hover the embedded video from YouTube. Transition, then transform 1 second, and then transform the scale, no, into 1.07. Okay, so I misspelled transform. Then opacity, it will change into 0.7. Okay, so let's try. So we have now this format with our video. Still no, it's not looking good because we need to add more of the style. So for media, for the screen, and max width. So this is for the responsive. It means it will follow directly the size of the screen that you're using. For example, for the computer, for the laptop, for the tablet or cell phone. Okay, you have the container, and then max width 600 px, and then background, okay, white. So let's apply as well the hero image, and then background black, then height, which is 35%, then background position is center, and then background repeat is no repeat. Okay, and let's have a position relative, then transition height 2 seconds. Okay, then for that hero image hover, so let's make it for the height, it's 40%. So we also need to include some animation here for our top bar, that top knob, a not no first child, a display none. Oops. And then for top knob, a that icon, you apply float right, and then display block. So let's make it also responsive. The what? Top knob, that responsive. Okay, position relative. Okay, and then that top knob responsive, a that icon, position absolute. Okay, then top knob here, which is responsive, a, then float none, and then display block, then the text alignment is left. Okay, so we're done with our CSS here. Now the only thing here is the problem with the columns of our iframe and our section here. So let's check the size or the properties. Probably we've missed something here. So we have the padding, now the height, which is auto as well. Okay, the box, the shadow. Let's try to hover. So when we hover, the video is moving. So as you can see here, there is a certain text, no, which is not quite right dito sa part na to. So the test, this one, video text, div class, okay, column, video text. Okay, let's check everything before we upload it. So this is the div. Okay, video text, column, section. So we have here two divs. So That is why something's not right with our web page. So because we copied the div earlier, so we have now the text here, but again, no, something's not right because the videos are not placed, no, properly. Okay, let's check the div parts here. So I guess we need to include the column part here. We need to include the text to the entire video. Probably that's why it treat no the section as another div. So let's check if this is effective. So there you go, for the three videos below, it's effective. So we need to change as well the position of the closing tag for the div on this part. Then let's remove this one. So there you go. We have now the videos, okay? But again, we have another issue here. So the text for what is this tag? The test the tag one. So we have div. Oh, okay. So we forgot to include the div as well here. Okay. So we have now test the. Then again, I think there's some issue here. There. Save. So we have the test the free web hosting, and then the third video, and then this one. Okay. So now we are ready to upload no the this web page to a web hosting site. So to do that, let's go to Google, then just type in web00 web host, and then let's go to 00 web host and sign in. So if you don't have an account yet, you just simply register. Let's say I will sign up or log in with Google. Okay, I'm going to use my YouTube channel email. So once you're done no signing up with 00 web host, okay, so you need to verify your account. Okay, so let's check our email here, and then I will just verify my 00 web host, okay, email. Hi there. So once your account is verified, you can now log in using your registered email or log in with Google account. Oops. Okay, so create some magic, others. Then let's try here Kelios Hero. Okay, submit. So the 00 web host is now checking no the name of the site if it is existing or not. Okay, so let's upload our own site. So you'll be redirected now with the file manager. Then just go to public HTML, and then just upload here everything no your files. So let's go with web dev index. let's upload the index, and then let's create a folder for our CSS, and then let's create a folder for our images. Okay, so S. So inside our CSS, we have the footer. So let's go to our footer, or we have to our CSS folder, and then upload. And then inside our images, we need to include as well the files inside our images folder. Okay, so once you're done, you can now just simply click this link to visit your website. So you have now successfully uploaded your site in the 00 web host. Okay, so that would be all. Thank you for watching, and always keep safe.